Grand Rising. Oh, I was going to say, I don't know what date it is, but I just noticed that next to the time on my computer, there is also a date. I've been doing this for 3 years. Just noticed that, guys. I always look at the time, right? Because I started 6:05. Never really looked to the left where it says Monday, September 22nd. That probably would have helped me in the last 3 years when I kept saying the wrong day. So today is Monday, September 22nd. 92225. Hello, Jordan, Divine Rising. Anytime we have a double digit number, it's a very good day. What do you mean you may connect to your guides? You can do that. Yes, Lisa, I can do that. Right now, we are meditating. Stay for the meditation. And then after that, I will do some readings. So today's meditation, it's about the heart space, opening that up, finding compassion and love in times like this for people that we don't see eye to eye with, people that we disagree with, people that we don't have the same perception as, right? Because here's the thing, here's what I know to be true, my truth. We all are right and we all are wrong because there is no right, there is no wrong. I have my perception of life because of my life experiences, where I have come from. You have your perception of life because of your life experiences and where you've come from. And we are, and sometimes they're never going to see eye to eye. They're just not. Do you know what I mean? So, we're getting into the meditation right now. Lisa, I have moderators and none of them are on right now. So, you're just gonna have to be patient. We're gonna go into the meditation. So let's go ahead and close our eyes, sitting nice and comfortable, taking deep inhales. Exhale out the mouth. Allow your breath now to flow naturally, noticing the rise and fall of your body as you take each breath. Now take your inhales and exhales and expand them just a little bit more. Inhaling a little bit deeper, holding it at the top, and exhaling out the mouth. Allow your body to relax, softening with each breath. Now allow yourself to go ahead and fall back into that natural rhythm. And bring your attention to the center of your chest, your heart space. And imagine a gentle glow here. It's soft and warm. And this light is expanding with every inhale. And with each exhale, feel this light dissolving walls of heaviness, pain, or protection that no longer serve you. As you breathe, say silently to yourself, I am safe to open my heart. I am safe to give and receive love. Now bring your awareness to someone with whom you may not see eye to eye. There may be a few people. Perhaps there has been conflict or misunderstanding. Perhaps their actions have hurt you in some way. Notice any feelings that arise in your body as you picture them. There's no need to push away or cling to these feelings. Simply notice them. Now imagine them standing across from you with space between you. From your heart, see a soft beam of light extending outward like a bridge. It reaches gently toward them, not to erase your differences, but to hold a space of compassion between you two, between you and them. Some of you may have more than one, and that's okay. Extend that compassion, that bridge between you and them now. Silently say to yourself, I choose to meet you with an open heart, even if we do not agree. I honor my truth and I honor your journey. If this person or people have caused you hurt, allow yourself to acknowledge that hurt. Place your hand gently over your heart, perhaps another one over your sacral chakra, right on your belly, and whisper inwardly, I see my pain. I honor my feelings. And still, I choose to hold love. Love does not mean allowing harm. Love does not mean abandoning yourself. Love is the quiet strength of keeping your heart open while also holding healthy boundaries. Visualize your heart light surrounding you in a cocoon of protection. This light is so strong and radiant, it keeps you safe. Now imagine extending only the love that feels true for you through the bridge to them. The pain, the resentment, the hurt, those do not need to cross. Only the light of compassion flows through. Say silently, I can love you without agreeing with you. I can forgive without forgetting my boundaries. I can hold compassion without holding your pain. Notice how this feels in your body. Notice the relief in knowing you can open your heart while also staying safe and whole. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let the image of this person slowly fade. Draw your awareness back to your own heart. See this light pushing, pulsing there, steady and strong. Rest here for a few more breaths, breathing in your own love and compassion and bathing in that light of love. Say to yourself silently here, my heart is open, safe, and protected. I can hold compassion without abandoning myself. It is possible to love and still maintain healthy boundaries. I release the need to be right, and I welcome understanding. I honor my truth and the truth of others. I choose love over resentment. My heart expands with every breath I take. I can forgive without forgetting the lessons I've learned. Love flows through me, to me, and from me. Before we leave this space, let's join hands and form a circle. We're forming a circle around Mother Earth, the spirit who turned herself into a planet so that we as souls could come down here, experience some of the craziest experiences that we can have as a soul, enlightening experiences that we can have as a soul, the most profound experiences that we can have as a soul. Let's hold space for her now and for all of us down in this third dimension together. Let's extend that love now that we have replenished into ourselves, out into the earth, and to others. As we sit in this space, right above Mother Earth, there is a shape dangling. Can you see the shape that is dangling over Earth? What color is it? What do you see? What do you feel? When you are ready, gently bring your awareness back to the room. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Take one more deep grounding breath. Holding it, really filling yourself up and exhaling. Matter of fact, let's do 2 more of those. And if you can, really let that exhale out. Good job, guys. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. And let's go ahead and put in the comments, what did you see in the intuition test? Rectangle, iridescent, felt it in your heart. Green or blue triangle, a star. Purple triangle, blue infinity loop, square, blue. A lot of people are seeing blue. Triangle, your mind, body, spirit, a white crescent moon. Okay. A blue infinity loop. All right. It was a gold crescent moon. So Maria, yep, it was, and that's why I said it was dangling. A dangling moon. Blue is about emotion. If you saw green, heart space. Karina also felt it in her heart. Iridescent. There was little like little shiny things. I can see that why the iridescent. Yeah, I can see why you know what I mean? Like that iridescent shine. So you definitely saw that. Um, let's talk about the meditation. How is everybody feeling? How did that feel? Right? Yeah, yeah. Isn't this nice? How does everyone feel right now? How is everyone doing? Melinda wrote, screw you. You'll get it. You'll get it. It's exercising. You feel good? Good. How about everyone else? How's the energy? How grounded do we feel? And guys, please do not underestimate hugging a tree. And I have to tell you, I got emotional again. I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to stop crying during these meditations because there's a lot being released. Go ahead, Karina.
Yes, I didn't want to interrupt you. This was absolutely beautiful and perfect. And like I had a conflict with a coworker, which is very not like me because I get along with everybody. But I think we're just two different personalities, and I think my rainbows and butterflies, and I think that might irritate her. And I'm not like gonna not shine my light because that's who I am. So I will do it with love. So anyway, we had a conflict and it was very much not like me again, out of character. So yesterday I finally did the Hopopono or whatever it's called prayer to her.
Ho'oponopono. Yeah, Ho'oponopono.
I did it. I did it. And it felt so good. And then today really, really, really helped me because it was like that bridge was very powerful and the holding compassion and loving them, even if we don't agree. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This was so powerful. Thank you.
Oh God, you're so welcome. Like I needed it too. And I don't know about you guys. Crystal feels lighter. Maria was crying. Rebecca says she's emotional. Yaya feels calmer. Yeah. And so do I. And it was honestly like when they said, "Who is that person in front of you?" I had a whole group. They said, "Put somebody."
Oh, well, I love you so much. I was like, this one person, and then you're like, it could be more than one. You're
It could
just
be more than one. Yeah, when I was like, it could be more than one because I was not seeing one person. Maria was like, me too. I had a plethora of people standing in front of me, right? I had a whole group and I was just like, oh, hey guys. And it was crazy because when they said form that bridge, it was like pew. It was my bridges were like the shape of a rainbow. And it was like pew, 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 pew. And it was just it was coming out and there was a lot of bridges coming from me to those other people. Maria said her room was full. Yeah. Maria, I had a whole conference. I had a whole conference room. No, it was probably about I could see a good 12 people in front of me, but when I'm telling you it was a lot of people. Um, every childhood trauma has been coming through a lot for me because people who hurt me the most and scarred me the most talked a lot like a particular person. Um, and that is why I um, have been really feeling the energy intensely, me myself particularly, because while some people are saying those words are not hurtful words, they are literally every hurtful word that was said to me from the time I was about 12 to God now. You know what I mean? So it's been very intense for me. Do you know what I mean? Recently. So that I really needed to find a way because love is the only way. Resentment is only going to cause you physical pain, emotional pain, spiritual pain.
I was sick all week last week. I never get sick again because I don't allow that to come into my field. But as soon as my vibration lowered and I started getting like tit for tat and giving mean looks back and being like a low vibrational little brat, and then I started getting sick, I was like, no, I'm so glad that I had the weekend to recover and get back into love. I'm so grateful for all of you.
Yes, you want to know if you're off? Are you sick? Are you sick? Do you have a cold? Does your leg hurt? Does your knee hurt? Does your elbow hurt? Do you get headaches? Does your throat feel a little sore? You better do some self-realization and put yourself in check. Nothing is going to make you self feel better than yourself. No doctor is going to prescribe you any medication that's going to be better than sitting with yourself and your guides and being honest with yourself. Like Karina said, that wasn't like me. I knew exactly what I was doing. And you know what I mean? And that's why she got sick because honestly, too, Karina, what's so funny is that when you know better and they know, and not that it's an excuse, but anytime that I come across somebody who's like super angry or super whatever, I promise you they got some health stuff going on. High blood pressure, too thin, too thick, you know, something, alcoholism, um, addictions, happy people are happy. They're balanced. Do you know what I mean? And even happy people have issues with boundaries. Nobody is perfect. Nobody. I don't care whose life you look at and think, I wish my life were like that. I fucking promise you, there's something going on. There is something going on. Nobody's life is perfect. Every fucking human down here is working out some kind of contract, a contract of forgiveness, a contract of healing, a contract of love, a contract of compassion, a contract of whatever. Do you know what I mean? We are not here because we're perfect. None of us are here because we've got it all figured out. Literally every single one of us are here because we don't have it figured out, because we're trying to complete ourselves. We're trying to grow. We are trying to elevate, right? And that's why I said all of this stuff coming up is just making me more aware of myself. It's not making me aware of other people. It's not making me aware of their perceptions. It's making me aware of how much hate I still have in my heart. Thank God that I get up at the butt crack of dawn when most people don't. Someone sent me a message. Someone who is an acquaintance, someone that they are tied to hurt me deeply in high school and hurt me deeply again as an adult. And I didn't read the message for 2 days because you know what? We also get to choose what enters our space. And to protect my peace, I didn't read it because I also knew I was not in a space to receive it. I literally had to meditate for 2 days before I could even read this person's message. Be honest with yourself, know yourself, and do what you got to do. So I meditated and I prepared myself and I said, no matter what I read, I'm going to read it with an open heart and with compassion. No matter what I read, I'm going to read it with an open heart and compassion. And then do you know what happened after I read the message? I went off. I popped off. Wrote all these things that were like, "Ba-da-da-da-da." And at the end said, unless you want to apologize, I have no want or desire to meet with you. They wanted to talk about things. And I had to go back and deleted it. And I was very happy. I was like, oh, whew. Because after I sat and then calmed down, I was like, no, 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 no. And I went back and deleted the message and then wrote something else, but that came across better. And I spoke my truth. And I said to this person, I cannot meet with you to sit right now because I am not in a place that I can come from love. I told him that. I said, I'm not, I have some, I am not in a good space right now, is what I told them. I am not in a good space right now. I'm being honest about it. I am acknowledging it. That's why in that meditation, I am acknowledging this pain that is in my heart. I'm going to acknowledge it because it's there. It's there. But I'm not going to let that grow, right? So I said to this person, I have no want or desire, nor am I in a space right now to sit it across from a table from you. And then I said, to be honest with you, I don't ever want to sit at a table with you. Um, because we're not friends. Like this person and I, we're not friends at all. Like on Facebook. That's it. And I think people confuse Facebook with being friends. Words are important. And if that and I don't call people that aren't my friends my friend. I'm acquainted with you. And that's what I said to her. I go, I have no want or desire to sit and break bread with you in the future either, because we've never done it in the past. So now, because I expressed something that was truth, what that person did to me actually happened. They said that I accused them of being a racist. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I said that I am not basing an opinion of somebody off of memes and sound bites. I'm basing it off of true, real life experiences, like what your family member did to me. The cruelty. That is what I am basing. That is where my perception is coming from. I don't make stuff up, right? And I'm acknowledging this. And I said, we're not friends. We're not, we would sit like if Karina and I had a disagreement. And Karina would be like, "Can we please sit and talk about this?" Absolutely, Karina, because you're my friend and I want to talk about this. Don't feel that you have to, you know, and here's how you protect your peace. This person is not my friend. I don't hang out with this person. I've never ever sat and had a meal with this person. I've never sat at a bar and had drinks with this person. I've never. They invited me to a party at their house like 12 years ago. And why I went, I was because that inner child inside of me was excited that I got invited to this party, right? So I went. Never went again. Never got invited again. That person, and that's what I'm saying. Like you invited me to a party 12 years ago, never invited me again. So why do you think that I'm your friend? Why do you call me your friend? This person calls me her friend. I don't call her my friend. And I said to her, I don't have a want or desire to meet in the future as well, because we don't have a friendship to salvage. We are acquaintances at best. And that's how I left my message. And that was the nicest I could do. Oh, Marianne said, yeah. And I was honest. I was honest without being mean. I was honest without being hurtful. I was honest with,
I'm so proud of you.
thank you.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
hard. That's
it was,
so hard.
it was,
Wow.
yeah. And I was honest with holding a boundary. Like, no, you don't get to come into my fucking space. What makes you think that you get to sit at my table? And that's why I said, you don't, I used to want to sit at their table. I used to want to sit at the table of people who would do nothing but ridicule me, make fun of me, have things to say about me. And I actually
That's
wanted to sit at their table.
that's the one thing now you know your worth, obviously. So
Now
you have your own table.
I
What are
know
you
my
bringing
worth.
to my table?
What are you
What are
bringing?
you bringing to my table?
Exactly. When you know your worth, here's my table. What have you brought to my table? Woman that calls me her friend? Nothing. She also said, which I thought was crazy, and she'll probably watch this, and I really don't care. I hope she's listening. She also said, I love your family. And I was like, you love my family. You love my family, but that's how you think and talk about my family. Um, and in the first message, what I had said to her was, you might not want to throw that word out like that, because if you say to the universe, I love that family, and that's how you show me love, that the universe is like, oh, she thinks that's what love is. So you're inviting that into your space. So also, don't throw words out. Friend, love. Do you know what I mean? I used to say that, oh my God, I love you so much. I don't do that anymore. I do not. Unless I truly fucking mean it, unless I truly love you, I don't even, when I've said it before, oh my God, I died laughing. I don't even say that anymore. That people love to put that dead emoji when something's really funny, and I don't. I say now, oh my God, I was cracking up laughing. My skin's cracking. I'm getting old. So I don't mind cracking. I was cracking up laughing. I don't say I'm dead. You know what I mean? But yeah, Maria, don't say, oh, I love you so much. Do you? Do you love that person so much? Because if that's what you're extending is love, that's what you're receiving. Be careful how you use your words. Be very intentional. And I tell my kids that. Why did you say that? What are you trying to accomplish with that? And that's why and and acknowledging, I acknowledge when my ego shows up. Like I said, I am very intentional with what I say. And I know who's saying it. But yeah, heart space, compassion. This is going to be, I'm going to also share this meditation on my Facebook page and my Facebook group because I think a lot of people need to hear right now. How do we, how do we stay loving and compassionate, holding up our boundaries? And I think just like that, do you know what I mean? It's okay to say to people who are like, can we talk? No, no, we can't. There's really nothing to say. I don't hate you. I don't wish anything, I don't wish any harm on anyone ever, because I don't ever want that to come back to me. But no, you don't get to sit at my table. You don't, I don't let people who aren't going to acknowledge things or have some kind of accountability, um, sit at my table. Do you know what I mean? If you're just going to try to convince me that what somebody did wasn't hurtful and wasn't bad and didn't affect me the way that it did, because that's what you're going to try to do, no. And like I said in the first message, I said, unless some apologies are coming my way, I don't want you to sit at my table. And the reason I erased that's because I don't need apologies. I was like, I don't need apologies. Why did I say that? Do you know what I mean? I don't need an apology. Like Karina just said, I know who I am. This is my table. And I get to decide who sits here and who comes into my space now. Just like you. You have your own table. Don't sit at anybody's table. And stop asking yourself, I posted it in my stories. Stop asking yourself, does this person like me? Start asking yourself, do you like how you feel when you're around these people? Because that's a more important question. Do I like how I feel when I'm around these people? I don't. I don't. They make me feel like I got to put a mask on. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I hope I don't say the wrong thing. Oh, I hope I don't sound like an idiot. Oh my God, I don't want to be a dork. Oh my God, do they think I'm cool? Oh my God, I hope it's. How do you feel when you're around these people? Are you authentic? Do you feel like you're yourself? And if you're saying no to those, no, I don't feel authentic. No, I don't, then you're at the wrong table. You're sitting at the wrong table. And I highly encourage you to get up and move from those tables. If you cannot be authentic, if you do not feel love, get up. Make your own table because it's the best thing, I promise. And then you see all these wonderful, amazing people. And there's always room at my table. My table's not, it will never fill up. There will always be room for people who want to bring things to the conversation, who want to expand, who want to grow. And again, I'm willing to grow. I'm willing to see other people's side. Um, but some sides are hurtful um and I have to acknowledge that. I can't not acknowledge that because that has been a part of my journey. That has been a part of my life experiences. And I experienced those things so that I would speak up, so that I would say something. And now, instead of being the angry person that I was that just went around going, bah, I am now in a place where I can be a little bit more productive with my words, hopefully, where I am learning how to alchemize this energy that's coming through, right? And how am I going to use it to help myself? How am I going to use it to help me grow? And how am I going to use it to help me step into love? Because if I can do this in a time like this, that's 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 shit going into your karmic bank. That's income. That's wealth. That's being rich. That's being rich. Being able to be a good person, extending compassion in times like this. So We're gonna go and go ahead, hang on, TikTokers. We're gonna go and shut down the Zoom and the meditation with that. I love you all. Melinda, I wish you would get TikTok. But I am gonna cut this just because this is getting a little bit long. But we're gonna go over there and I will see you guys later.